two evenly matched guys.
Lucas Body against Victor Campos.
28-3, Lewis against Lara with 22-6. Both 10 knockouts. Listen, it's a good matchup. I know Tony Lewis has come to fight today. I don't know if this other kid's here to fight, but
this is an 8-round contest we're about to watch. And what Tony Lewis said yesterday, I'll repeat in the weigh-in. He said, you know, he's here. He wants to show everybody that he wants to be a contender.
And he needs to move up. He needs to move up. He needs to get to a 10-round and 12-rounders. Fight for the championship here in Canada to become more visible.
I agree. Comes in.
Tony Luis, each of these guys have the dark shoes on. Each guy has blue trunks. Each guy has basically a white band on there.
Purple trunks, come on. Come on now. Lara's got purple trunks and yellow stripes.
They're slightly different.
You must be a little bit colorblind there, buddy. Watch it. Anyway, listen, it's a nice warm-up round. I like the Lara. He's throwing some nice punches. He's got some experience. He's been in the ring for a while. And he's
Wait a minute, I thought the only trunks you like are green trunks.
Lara comes from Mexico, but he's backing up and keeping his distance and boxing more than the traditional Mexican style.
He just got caught with a nice hook by Tony Lewis. A nice left hook there on the chin.
Tony Luis is managed by his dad, George Luis, and trained by his dad. I asked him, how do you get started in boxing? He said, actually, he started at about 9 years old. His father was training him in martial arts. But one day, he was watching some of his father's boxing videos. His father was also a boxing fan, but wanted him to compete in martial arts. He watched the boxing videos. He snuck them one day when his father wasn't around and told his father that he had watched it. His father said, you want to try it? He did it, and he's never turned back.
And he's got a great gym up there in Cornwall, and he trains the community. He does a lot of great things up there, and I'm excited from his kids making it to the top of the welterweight division. Nice body shot.
And how's this, guys? Most guys, when I ask, okay, describe your style to me, I would say that 90% say I'm a boxer-puncher. Now, what does that really mean? Well, when I asked Tony Luis, what is your style? He said, I am a dynamic pressure fighter.
Well, he's doing good.
He said, I can box, I can punch, but I'd rather put the pressure on all the time and be very exciting.
And listen, he is doing all that, but right now, Ricardo Lara is making him work. Well, he's not falling prey. He's punching back. He's a good counter puncher, and he's making him work.
I'd like to see Tony Lewis use the jab a little more as something. He's just going in there, making a little head jerk, and then he's inside. And
that's a nice combination.
He's countering well. He's countering well. He just missed that left hook.
Tony looks a little bit tight right now to me. He continues shaking his hands.
A little stiff.
First round, warming up a little bit.
Just like to see him throw a jab a little more.
Sometimes you see a guy like that, you come back to the corner, you tell him, loosen up a little bit. Work on a soft jab. Just get into rhythm. Get your body working with your arms. I think he worked a little too hard that round. Just open him up, find the floor. Nice hook, see that hook there?
The referee in this one is the veteran Donovan Boucher. A near capacity crowd here at the Peterborough Memorial Center in the heart of this very beautiful
city,
very friendly town, Peterborough. People saying hello to us in the restaurants and just a smiling group of people.
And you know, Randy, you always talk about the referees. The referee's doing a great job tonight. We're not seeing any problems with the referees.
Well, I like the job that
nice double hook and uppercut there.
The Ontario Commission does. Luke Kotick is doing a fantastic job as commissioner and really trying to exact some changes. And he knows it's not the easiest thing in the world. Sometimes there's politics involved, whatever, but he's working within their system, and he's doing a great job.
Lara is trying to lure Lewis in and then throw a right-hand lead and a left hook.
And
he did it again.
And Lewis's father's telling him to use the jab, like you said. Yeah. Stick the jab out there. How can you go wrong with that?
Because it's just a rangefinder, and he needs that right now. He doesn't. He's not perfect with his range.
And I must say, guys, one of the judges here in this fight is a guy, we all know his name, Steve Weisfeld, one of the best in the world, New York, New Jersey judge.
Nice combination there
by
Lara.
Last night, he was in Pennsylvania working in Philadelphia on that Artur Beterbiev, that big win that he had.
Fight.
Well, he didn't work that fight, but he worked some undercard fights.
See what he's doing? He's
and then
going right over with the right hand.
Got in his car and drove over 8 hours to get here.
It's unbelievable. That's a true love for boxing. Yeah, the kid's a smart kid. He's got that long jab, and it's hard for Lewis to work a jab.
And he's got a cagey right hand.
And he's got a combination, bop, bop, bop. He's a good counterpuncher.
Yep.
He throws 2 or 3 back.
Yep. Oh, look at him. He's fighting off his back foot a little bit, and he's doing a good job with his right hand and left uppercut, kind of a hook he throws.
And Lewis is throwing some great body shots right now. So.
Yeah, he's got the pressure. Lewis is doing what he wanted to do with the pressure for sure. He's always in front of this kid.
He's got the jab going now, working a little bit more. Tony Lewis does,
a little bit more.
A swing and a miss by Lara with that left hook. Boucher gets between them, breaks him up, starts him up again.
They're both throwing combination punches here.
And they're both going to the body well.
I mean, I would have to give the fight so far to Tony Lewis, but it's pretty close.
It is close.
This kid Lara's fighting back. He's not here to pick up a paycheck. He's here to get a win. And he's got skills.
Yes, he does.
Nice 3-punch combination from Lara there.
Just a little wide on his punches sometimes, but sometimes that's effective. It's like a slow pitch.
And Tony Lewis fires back. A nice little hook there of his own.
In talking to Luis the other day, I asked him, what do you think one of your strongest points might be as a fighter? He said the fact that I really don't get tired. I train so much that I just don't get tired.
Well, and listen, here's the guys, right? These two guys are a perfect example. The guy who wins moves on. The guy who loses has to build himself up again at this stage of the game. All right, nice round again, evenly fight. I think that that was a close round. That was a very close round.
Honestly, I'm going to give that round to Lara.
And here's some action from round number 2. You see that's basically that swing and a miss by Lara. And then Luis quickly ties him up.
And you know, here's where the good fighters, they don't fade down the stretch. They pick it up, they stay moving forward, keep finding, weaknesses in their opponent. And now we're going to see who that's going to be. And obviously I think that, let's face it, Tony Lewis is the guy who came in to get the win. Should get the win, but we don't know right now. Lara is fighting back.
I'm not so sure.
Right.
Here we go, round number 3.
They both exchanged left hooks.
If you're scoring this one at home, how do you have it scored? 10-point must system, 9 or less to the loser. I gave
nice combination. Nice right hand from Luis at the end there.
Jerry, I gave both first round, second round to Tony Lewis, 10-9. Did you and Mark? How do you have it?
I got I split the first 2 rounds. First round for Lewis, second round for Lara.
That's how I have it as well.
Look at these guys trading punches.
Look at
them fire right back. Look at this.
Body shot.
That's the opponent that came in, Lara, who's fighting back.
He's a live guy, and he's doing very well.
You know what? There's nothing better than an even fight, an evenly matched fight. And this is an evenly matched fight. $28-3 for Badi, 22-6 for Victor Campos. Each guy has 10 knockouts.
Both firing back and forth at each other. No one's landing solid shots, but listen, as the rounds go on, they're going to start landing those shots. See that Tony Luis is pulling his head down, trying to tire him out there. Stop his momentum. All right, nice. Look at these guys firing right back.
Wow, nobody's giving an inch.
Even exchange there.
Yep, nobody's giving an inch there.
I like to fight those guys.
2019 has been a busy year for Lara. He began the year back only in June, and since June, he had one fight in June where he lost the decision, came back a couple of weeks later where he won, and then 2 more fights, one in July and one in September, won both of those fights. So he's riding a 3-fight winning streak.
Nice uppercut on the inside by Lewis. He's finding the openings.
Yeah, but Lara's showing me he wants to be in
Lara's
this fight.
firing back.
Man, he keeps coming back.
He's got a great long jab there. And he throws 2 or 3 at a time, too. It's
I like the way he's fighting because he's coming right back every time.
I had a counterpunch like that as a sparring partner one time from out west. And for the first couple of days, man, he was frustrating as hell. Pop, 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 pop. He fire right back at you.
Yeah, you can't discourage him some guys.
Well, is Lara, who's from Mexico, from Jalisco, Mexico, is he, as Canelo would say, is he fighting Mexican?
No, he's not. He's fighting smart.
Fighting smart, but he's getting off. He's throwing combinations.
He lets his hands go
Yeah, look
right
at it, right
look
there.
at
Look at that.
Look at that. He lets his
6-punch
hands go.
combination.
His hands
That was a very close round, in my opinion.
It was. I'm going to give it to Lara.
I think I have to give it to. I hate the opposite of you, bro.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's good.
See, there we go. In those close rounds, I can almost guarantee you, of the 3 judges out there tonight, 2 went one way, 1 went another way.
I like the body work of Lara throughout that whole round. Every time that Luis would hit him with something, maybe 2 shots, he'd get hit with 4. I liked it.
But he was missing too. I mean, I think Lara was missing a bunch of those shots. You know, they were landing, but he missed a bunch too. I think that Tony Lewis landed the more solid shots that round. I'm just saying. Mark, listen, I got to set you up with Chris Santos. And I can't pronounce your last name. Muskinidze. You're about the same size.
Yep.
We're going to set this up. 2 great chefs.
Chef Mark will do.
And we'll come out and
boxing.
And boxing. And maybe we'll put the show on in Vegas. And we'll
promote it.
I'm going to get you in touch with him. I'm going to call him with you.
Well, saying Chef Mark is easier than Chef Scrizzy.
Yes, it is. Everybody, that's my
Maybe
handle.
We can get you on the show.
Chef Mark's my handle.
Nice
left hook. Nice left hook by Luis out of that crouch. He's throwing a hard right hand to the body, too, as he
all
comes
his punches is throwing hard. The other kid's not a strong puncher, but he's like a nice right hand right there.
Yeah,
Come
Lara.
back with the hook again. 2 rights and a left hook. Lara's scoring again.
Yeah, because he throws that right hand lead, and Luis kind of steps into it.
And then Luis fired back at him this time.
Yeah.
They banged heads.
Yeah.
And it looked like, of course, that Lara got the worst of it because Tony Luis didn't seem bothered by it at all.
Well, he did. They both waved their head, banged their head, rubbed their heads. So you get banged on the noggin like that, that doesn't tickle. Nice combination. Look at that fire back by Luis right there. But Tony Luis is, I mean, look, I'm getting excited. I'm talking about Lara, and now Luis is firing back.
The good thing, most of the time, they both are a little bit wide now. I was going to say that Luis has a shorter punch range, but he's not using it. He gets a little bit wide.
I love that you tell me that Luis doesn't get tired. Yeah, that's a great thing to have under your belt right there, not worry about getting exhausted.
Referee's having a hard time breaking them apart. He's telling them, he told Luis there, listen.
You know, Mark and Randy, this seems like back when I was fighting. We were fighting. We wanted to get in and fight more. We wanted to land those shots. We wanted to get inside. We didn't like play around and spend a half an hour looking for it. I want to get together and knock heads a little bit.
Yeah, that's how it was in the 80s too. But, nowadays you got a lot of guys making a lot of money and, they know how to win without taking a lot of risks.
Yeah, but the way you make a lot of money is by taking those risks and fighting your heart out. I mean, that's really how you got to go about it. Nice combination. See how Lara keeps coming back?
That's why Gotti was so popular.
Well, he took a beating every time, so bad.
But he always got paid because people love to see the way, they like vulnerable fighters too.
Boy, that was amazing. He and Mickey Ward.
Oh, that was
They'd
crazy.
fight back. You think Agati's going to get knocked out. He would fight back and rock Mickey Ward. It was crazy.
I was ringside.
These two guys are letting their hands go like them, the old time fighters. That's what brought it all up right here.
And Lewis is making a miss.
Guys,
making
I
Lara
was
miss.
ringside for that first Gatti Ward fight. And how they did to each other, what they did, and there was no knockout is beyond me. The late great Frank Cappuccino, really refereed an exceptional fight. Referee is getting a little bit tired of talking to Lara. And the corner of Lara having some words with Boucher.
Well, it was a late punch. It was a late punch, and the referee wasn't in time to break him up, and you got to be more handled. See, I talked about how great the referees are doing tonight. They made one mistake. That was a good round. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to give that one to Lara.
This one is scheduled to 8 rounds, welterweight division. We are midway through.
Now the kid looks tired. Lara's looking a little tired, a little exhausted.
And gentlemen, I've got this one in the even fight as we head into the 5th round.
And you know what I do as well?
It could come down to who's in better shape because their guys are evenly matched, in the contest there.
I think it is an even match right now.
Yeah, nobody's out skilling the other guy. Nobody's banging the other guy around. But whoever's going to get tired, maybe that'll be the telltale of this fight.
No knockdown. It was more just a push down. Let's see if the referee says anything. No, I thought he might say something.
Lara's complaining about the punch after the bell, and then he's pushing him down, he's saying he's getting pushed down. And I think I have to agree with him a little bit.
I saw Papa George Lara.
Look at this nice combination.
George Luis in the corner, basically imploring his son, you got to step on it. And Tony Luis came out a lot quicker here in round number 5.
Back in the old days, if you got fouled, you just fouled them back.
True.
Never mind the ref, complaining to the ref.
I like Luis's father. He's a good, tough, in-your-face kind of guy. Makes you work hard.
You're watching this on UFC Fight Pass, and you're not going to want to miss the main event.
Randy, who wants this fight more? You know what I mean, Mark? That's who's going to stand up right now in these later rounds. 4 more rounds left. I was a little low there.
Yeah.
And they're both firing back. I got to give that to Tony Luis, that exchange.
But like you said, Lara, it could look a little faded. He was breathing a little bit heavier. Now he's not backing up like he was before. He's flat-footed backing up. But let's see.
Fighting back. Look at him fight back.
Let's see if he's got any power on that.
He gave him back. He gave them all back.
Oh, protect yourself at all times. Oh.
Whose mouthpiece was that?
That was Tony Luis.
Luis.
He tried to catch it, but he got caught with a shot instead of catching that mouthpiece.
Got caught with a left and a right.
Well, we might be able to get a look at that. Our crack crew here on UFC Fight Pass might be able to let us see that back at the end of the round.
I got to tell you something. Tony Luis does not look tired at all.
Guys, I think that Lara's starting to step on the gas. He's coming on stronger. But Luis is not taking his foot off the gas either. He's waiting in there, but as he comes in, he is getting nailed.
See, I don't agree with that right now, pushing your opponent back and wrestling with him. When it comes to two guys, you just got to relax a little bit. Walk.
I agree.
You got to
step to the side. Step to the side. Get him off balance and land a shot.
Put all that muscle in it.
You're tiring yourself out for no reason.
No good.
Lock the arm and relax and breathe.
Yeah, walk him a little bit.
And I got a lot in common with you, big boy. Maybe I'll get in the ring with you.
Please.
Listen, good fight. Here you go. Lewis is trying to fire back, and right now Lara's holding on. Blocking the elbows up there.
About 30 seconds remain in round number 5.
Nice combination by Lara, firing back.
He's standing his ground now off that back foot, but every time Lewis comes forward, he throws a combination to match him or beat him with it. Nice left hook lead by Lara. And he stepped out of it nice.
And Luis fires back.
And Luis is winging shots, but they're
nice
a little
exchange.
wide.
Nice jab by Lara right there, landed solid.
See who's throwing the shorter punches straight down the middle or landing. Nice body shot by Lara.
You're going to hear the clap now, 10 seconds.
There you go.
And
It's a great round, too. Nice round. Mouthpiece right here.
Here we go.
Oh.
Bang, bang. They were trading shots in the middle of the ring.
Tony Lewis got a little angry with Lara for that. But you got to fight. You got to protect yourself.
Nice job by our boys in the truck.
Great fight card tonight. Enjoying it a lot. Guys are fighting back.
Yep.
They're competitive. Doing a nice show. I can see it now. Mark Skritzy, Jerry Cooney, Las Vegas. The winner gets a free meal. 2 free meals. Listen, here we go.
And it's round number 6. Scheduled for 8. Welterweight bout. Tony Luis against Ricardo
nice
Lara.
right hand by Ricardo Lara right there.
Yeah, he's got that lead down pat now because Luis walks right into it.
I think he's more athletic than Lara.
Yeah.
Lara's a strong, tough kid.
He's got them wiry long muscles and
pushing
tendons.
him down.
Now, whose fault was that Lara went down? I mean,
I think it was both of them.
Nice uppercut, lead left uppercut by
Lara.
Lara, yeah, he just landed a real short left uppercut.
He's making he's frustrating Tori.
Yes, as
Luis
Luis
right
comes
now.
in, he's boom. Look at
Another
that nice
shot.
combination. 3 punches, double jab, right hand. Then he moves off, watches him come in again.
But
See, but that's just pitter pat.
What a great fight on UFC Fight Channel. How about that, bro? Damn.
Tony Luis steps to the side.
I like that step to the side there. He didn't punch.
But but you see what Lara did. He pulled back also, getting out of the firing range of Luis.
That
Some are nice uppercuts.
that Lara's been through a lot, I'm sure, in his life.
Look at him though. He's really, he's doing the matador and the bull.
And like he's doing, he's not throwing really hard punches.
No,
he's just letting them go nice and easy, and that lets you go more longer distance.
Boom.
This is a very entertaining, very competitive bout.
Let me ask you something, Randy. What happens? Go back a round or two when Luis had his mouthpiece come out and Lara hit him. What if he knocks him out? What if the fight ends right there? What happens? It's an end of a fight. He had to protect himself at all times.
Right. Because it wasn't like he spit his mouthpiece out or anything like that.
It was illegal.
It got knocked out.
Would have been a legal knockout.
And
right?
the rule is you call time when there's a lull in the action. The two of those guys could be going at it for 20, 30 seconds, and as long as they keep throwing, you don't stop.
No, until the action stops for the mouth.
But
in a case like that, I would throw a nice body shot, catch a couple of ribs.
You got to be really, quick on your eye to catch that.
Reaction time.
It happened
That's
like
what
that.
professional athletes are supposed to be like. You guys got to react like that.
So says Jerry Cooney. Throw those body shots. The master of the body shot.
You have some ribs for dinner. So it's a competitive fight. Listen, I think Tony Luis is firing back. He's a little more busy this round. His father told him get to it, and I think he's picking it up a little bit. Although the other guys counterpunch him the whole round, so it's a close round.
Yeah, they've all been like this.
Final 10, round number 6.
But I'm giving that round to Lara. He really threw a lot of nice inside combinations, outside combinations. He landed the better punches.
I agree with you. I'm with you.
I like Lara on that round.
Look at that. That's so sad, isn't it? That is so sad.
And some action from last night. Look at that shoe shine on the inside. It made Lara just drop his hands and shake his arms.
But did he land anything? I don't think he landed anything.
But you got to remember, the judges get impressed with that kind of stuff.
Sure. Tony Luis's father's pleading with him. You got to start getting off more. I got them down one round.
I do too, I think.
I got a 57-57 as we go into the 7th round. This fight, in my book, still up for grabs. Tony Luis, Ricardo Lara, round number 7, scheduled for 8. They do some house cleaning in the corner.
And listen, Tony Luis is coming out and throwing those body shots. like his father told him to do. Landed a nice jab there. Lara landed back.
Nice body shot, left hand by Lara in that exchange.
Yeah, nice little uppercut too on the inside.
We are here in beautiful Peterborough, Canada. A city of about
Another
a
little
little
left
over
hook to the body.
80,000 people.
Another left hook to the body by Lara there.
Pushed his head down again. Nice jab by Lara.
Yeah, because it keeps him at bay.
And let's face it, I think Luis picked it up this last couple of rounds a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't think he won the last round, but this round he seems to be working hard.
He just can't seem to find his way inside where he wants to be.
Now he is. Landed some good,
there was a
couple of good combinations there.
Yeah, he got a left hand to the body and a right hand.
Luis and Lara, you get confused. Those two names, you know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a little right hand over the jab that Luis left out there too long, and Lara hit him with a right hand. Oh, a little mouthpiece action.
Both guys still committed to body work and switching up with combinations upstairs.
A little advantage there to Luis, taking advantage of that mouthpiece being out by Lara.
Well, it's a tough way to make a living, guys.
Sure is.
Bringing it over to the corner of Lara, washing his mouthpiece out. Referee usually always says to them, be quick, no instructions. Just wash it out and shut up.
Mark, there was a time when I thought I would never get out of boxing, and then all of a sudden, it's 37 years since I fought Holmes. What the hell?
Wow.
It was a time you thought you would never leave the game. You loved the game.
Man, I had to go to a Stanley theater and watch that at a pay-per-view. Back then, you had to pay in a theater and go watch your fight. I watched your fight. I watched the Norton fight like that as well, and Ellie get beat by Larry Holmes.
That was Sid's
Ernie, a promoter from Palm Beach, got us tickets.
I think Lara's getting a little tired right now. He's getting caught with a lot more shots.
I thought he was tired a couple rounds ago, but he really fought back.
You know, I'm wondering if Tony Luis has hurt his left hand at all. Maybe it's something he does often, but many times after he throws a shot and lands it, he will shake his left hand.
Now, Tony's taking over this round. I think he's maybe Lara's taking a rest or he's tired, but he's throwing the more effective punches, more combinations, in my opinion.
Yeah, his aggression is starting to show up in his favor in this round. He still has he's a little bit quicker in this round.
Under 10.
That's what do you call it? The opponent mentality of Lara. You don't train for the whole fight. I got to give that to.
You know.
Yeah, I got to give that to Luis.
After watching, I had just mentioned maybe Tony Luis has injured his hand, but he came back with a few hard shots. One of them was right there, and he launched another one over the head. If he was nursing an injured hand, he is doing an incredible job hiding it.
I don't see anything going on in the corner that would indicate a bad hand, so it's keeping it to himself if it is hurting him.
It's just that many times after he throws it, he shakes it.
You ever see Leo Santa Cruz fight like this?
Unbelievable.
Leo Santa Cruz goes like this all the time. Both hands.
Yeah.
Like this.
Right.
All the time.
And I thought about it. Yeah. You know, usually you set that guy up for that, the counterpuncher, but it kind of distracts you, I think,
he
some
does
ways.
it. It's like a twerk. Maybe he talks to himself like,
that's,
you know, a little bit a mental note.
And what Mark is doing is kind of what
Last
Leo
round.
It's a motivation.
Shaking his,
Here we go. These guys are fighting now. Fighting back. And
this is it, right? The last round.
Lara's fighting back, too. He's fighting back good. He's got a lot of good. Look at him punching there.
You came out and look at Tony holding his head down. You know, he's a smart kid.
I hate to say it, but I think that Tony's done enough to win this fight.
Jerry, because this could be anybody's fight. If you were in the corner, Tony Luis, what do you tell him when he comes back to the corner after the 7th?
Listen, you got to win this fight. You got to win this round big. You got to go out and suck it up and fight.
I agree. You can't tell him any instructions. There are no instructions. The kid's doing everything he can do.
And Mark, if you were in the corner of Lara, what do you tell him?
I tell him to keep his punches right down the middle. Go and go use his left hand to the body and bring it up to the head, and keep doing what you're doing.
Keep counterpunching.
I just keep doing what you're doing, because he's got to have will now to go this round a little stronger.
And, Tony Luis is winning this round.
I think
Luis
Luis
is going to give him the fight.
With those combinations, yes, could be stealing the round and in effect possibly stealing the fight.
Yeah, he won the fight now. He got good enough to win, in my opinion. Mark, you?
I think it's really close.
90 seconds remain.
But
8th and final round.
He is the guy here, you know, the A side of the, and you're not going to argue with him.
I bet you a dollar.
Yeah, I agree. I can't argue with that. I'm not going to argue with it. He, there's no, to me, oh my God, a clear winner. But you can give it to the kid.
Well, I think the last couple of rounds.
He's been more aggressive lately, landing the better shots in the last couple of rounds he had. But I had Lara ahead like 3 rounds, so it's real even on my card. Yeah, that aggression is doing really good for Tony right now.
Final minute of the fight.
3 rounds. The only problem is this 8-round fight.
Luis giving it everything he's got. Wants to win this round. I wonder what's going through his mind. If he thinks it's close, we'll find out in just a few minutes how close the judges have it.
Nice combination. Look at this. Tony Luis wants this fight more than Lara, and he's showing it right now. He's taking over. He's finishing strong. Like he said, he's in great shape. The other kid's probably on the road all the time. Sometimes you wonder if you get a good guy, would get one of these opponent guys, how he would do it fair if he took care of himself. Nice fight. Nice fight, nice competitive fight. I like that. How to give that round to Tony.
Yep. And with that, as I add my scorecard, I've got it 77-75 for Tony Luis. I think had Lara won that round, you could have been looking at a draw or a split decision. But that's my scorecard.
75-77, I gave it to Tony Luis.
Okay, same thing as me. 77-75 for both gentlemen, Jerry Cooney and myself. Let's see. As gentleman Jerry gets off headset for a moment, like the bull in the china shop.
I want to go and say hello to Tony Luis' father. He's a good friend, and he's doing such great work up there in Canada. Here in Canada.
You know, you just broke people's televisions at home, so people who have the volume turned up, as you slammed it, yeah, boom, 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 boom.
Wow. Listen, it was an exciting fight. They fought back, both of them. Lara didn't quit. He came back and fired back at him, and I think he tired down the stretch a little bit, but exciting fight. A great fight for here.
Well, again.
In this hockey city, a beautiful hockey city where we heard a lot of guys go to the NHL from here. That's great trainers here putting that on.
Well, again, you had it 77-75. I had it 77-75 for Tony Luis. Let's make this thing official and go up to ring announcer, magnificent Matty Bully.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight went the distance. How about a round of applause for these two warriors?
Great fight.
Judge Martin DeLita scored this fight 77-75. Judge Dave Dunbar scored this fight 78-74. And Judge Steve Weisfeld scored this fight 77-75 for your winner by unanimous decision, Tony Lightning Lewis.
Exactly like gentleman Jerry Cooney and myself, 77-75 for Tony Luis. Another judge had it 78-74, unanimous decision.